City Cruises. We're so glad to have you on board today on this sunny, albeit windy day in Boston. My name is Genevieve. I'm going to be your tour guide on board the boat today. Bridge, and to the right of that rusty bridge is a building with green glass windows, and that sits on a very famous spot. It's where the Boston Tea Party happened on December 16, 1773. This is when about 100 colonists jumped on board 3 ships and pitched overboard what would now be worth about $1 million worth of tea. This did not make the British government very happy because they could not collect tax revenue on the ruined tea. So they sent a whole bunch of troops to downtown Boston. For some reason, that did not improve the situation. And eventually the American Revolutionary War broke out. My favorite fun fact about the Tea Party is that when it happened, everything to the left of the bridge that we see was not there. Not just the buildings, but the land as well. In the past, this is called South Bay. There's also Tidal Flats. And now it is the neighborhood of South Boston, one of several Boston neighborhoods we will see today. Now, this neighborhood is particularly interesting of late. While the shoreline has been in this position for about 100 years, the buildings you can see are quite a bit newer. In fact, almost none of the tall buildings that you can see were there 10 years ago. This area has upscaled significantly. For instance, there are now small little cruise boats that are situated over there. That was not there yesterday, so she must have come in overnight. This vessel is called the American Constitution. Interesting name, reflects our own famous USS Constitution, which we will see towards the end of the trip. There's a small building on the waterfront that has an overhanging glass window. That's the Institute of Contemporary Art. And last year, right around this time, when the water was still real cold, there's a very exciting event that happened right in front of that building. 2 diving boards set up for the Red Bull cliff diving competition. This is a really exciting and to some very very strange event. You never would have thought that people would be jumping off buildings downtown Boston into the harbor for fun. I think it probably is still a little scary every time they jump, but they are professionals. And the Red Bull competition takes place all around the world, both urban and also more natural locations. This building with a glass facade is from what we've seen. A little bit of green grass, green trees, a lovely park. It just happens to have a giant stone fort in the middle of it. That is Fort Independence. they are. Last I knew, they weren't going for $1 million. Bridge is so high above the water. Oil tankers, car carriers, and natural gas tankers go right underneath it. The bridge is also very long. Sometimes we call it the longest parking lot in Boston. And it is in fact longer than the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco. It does not look like that, however, because a whole lot of that bridge goes over land. And as we leave East Boston, and behind us, we come up to Charlestown. Charlestown is named after King Charles I, who lived in the 1600s when the Puritans arrived here in 1630, seeking religious freedom and maybe a little bit of money off of those fishermen. So Charlestown waterfront was a navy yard for a very long time. There's only 2 ships remaining here. There's a number of things to take photos of as we cruise past this area, starting with the Bunker Hill Monument. We're now coming up to the first of 2 ships we will see. This one is a more modern looking gray military vessel, the USS Cassinian. This ship is named after a man who fought in World War I, World War II, and died at the Battle of Guadalcanal in 1942. The ship is named in his honor, commissioned in 1943. She is the last vessel to be hit by kamikaze during the Civil War. As you can see, it is possible to visit her. Last I knew, it was free. And it's always a good idea to double check all that information before you go. Castellon has many more fascinating stories to learn about. On the other side of this pier is the real gem of the harbor, though. It's pretty hard to compete with the fame of this one. A much older vessel. The 3 masts, the rigging, the black and white sides. That, ladies and gentlemen, she is the oldest commissioned warship that is still afloat in the entire world. Now what that means is that the ship was launched into the water in 1797. She's still technically a part of the Navy, and she's floating, which is pretty amazing when you're a ship that's over 200 years old and you're primarily made out of wood. Some of the features of the ship, that white stripe along her hull, is called the gun deck, and you can see the cannons pointing out from there. She never had any less than 50 cannons during the War of 1812, which is what she's best known for. That's when she got her nickname. Funny enough, she is called Old Ironsides. She is made out of wood, mostly. She got this nickname during a battle where it was seen that the enemy of the Constitution, British ship, was firing cannonballs that either bounced off her sides or got lodged there instead of crashing through it and sinking her. Somebody on the crew cried out. To the left of that bridge is Teen Garden. East of the Boston Bruins, our hockey team, and the Celtics play. If we have any basketball fans on board, you may be well aware of the fact that the Celtics will be playing for the Eastern Conference. Today is perhaps best known for the Italian immigrants who have lived there for about 100 years now. Walk down the street, you can still